Hey guys, welcome back. So this week I'm going to teach you the most insanely impossible looking card trick that gets crazy reactions. I'll also let you win on one of the most closely guarded and ingenious secrets in all of Magic. Spoiler alert, it's really easy and you can learn it in 5 minutes. Stick around until the end because I'm going to give you an absolutely pro tip that will take this trick to a whole new level and create an amazing routine. You don't want to miss it.
So you have the spectator mix the cards. You ask them to name any three of a kind and then to remove that three of a kind from the deck. They can then freely cut their chosen cards back into the deck wherever they want. The cards are then shuffled up and the spectator even mixes the cards. So then you deal the cards out between you and the spectator. The spectator's cards are dealt face up. You tell them that if they get one of their 3 selected cards in their hand, you're going to give them $100. So after the first deal, spectator hasn't seen any of their cards. So you pick up your pile and start to deal again. Again, they don't see any of their cards in their hand. This is repeated again and again, they don't see any of their cards. At the end of the final deal, you have 3 cards in front of you. And even though the spectator shuffle the deck, freely cut their cards anywhere into the deck that they wanted and mix the cards themselves, the 3 cards that you're left with in front of you are the spectator's selected cards.
I know you guys are going to love this because there's no setup, and I'm reading the comments all the time. You're always saying no setups, teachers tricks with no setup. So this trick doesn't have a setup. You can do it from a shuffle deck, so you don't need to excuse yourself to go and set the cards up. So for this, you need a full deck of 52 cards. Take them jokers out, take them bad boys out. They are not welcome.
Oh, it's like that. Okay. I'm not good enough.
So what is this ingenious principle, this amazing principle in this trick? Before we get into the explanation, I've got an announcement to make. So I'm going to hold a competition, and the winner of the competition will get access to my complete beginner's Magic course and everything on my Magic course site for free. The course teaches you some mind-blowing tricks and techniques. It's over 4 hours long. There's over 70 lessons on there, and it's designed to take you from zero to hero and blowing people's minds in the shortest amount of time possible. You also get exclusive access to lessons that I don't post here on YouTube, so you are a VIP. To win, all you've got to do is like the video, subscribe, and write your funniest comment in the comments section below. And the one that makes me laugh the most, they're gonna win the full course, and I'm gonna announce the winner of the course at the end of the video next week. So good luck. On to the explanation. How does this work? This is one of my favorite principles in all of Magic. It's the free cut principle. It's a mathematical principle that has the spectator place cards in specific locations in the deck while they apparently cut the cards and assemble the deck themselves. In other words, they do the trick for you. All right guys, so I'm gonna give you my view of this so you can just copy along and everything is gonna work out. You get the cards shuffled up and then you ask the spectator to name any 3 of a kind. So in this case, let's go with, we got 5s, so let's go with 5s. So that's the first 5, second 5, and third 5, okay? So you get them to remove any 3 of a kind, like this. So now we're going to do the free cut principle, and you're going to place specific numbers of cards onto the tables. The first pile is going to be 10, the next 2 piles are going to be 15, and this pile is going to be 9. But I'm going to show you a very easy way to do that. So when you're pushing the cards like this, the easiest way to do it is just to push 2 cards off at once. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, right? And you're going to place them over there to the left, okay? Now you're going to do 15, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, like this. You're going to place them next to the first pile. Now you're going to do a pile of 9. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, and then 1, which is 9. Place them off to the far side. And then finally, that will then leave you with 15 cards. Place these here. So this is why the whole thing works. This is the free cut principle. You can get them to put any 5, whatever they want, onto this pile, like so. They put it onto the first pile over here on the left, and you ask them to cut however many cards they want, just to cut a small packet wherever they want, and to place it on top of the first 5. Okay, and this looks really fair and honest. You get them to do it with the next 5, so they place this 5 on top of this pile. They can cut any number of cards from this pile on top of this 5, and then finally this 5 goes on top, and everything is gathered together like so, and it all looks pretty fair. Now at this point in the trick, I did a false shuffle. Now if you know a false shuffle, go for it. If you don't, I'm going to teach you a very, very easy cut that does pretty much the same thing. So let me show you a really easy false cut. This is the Ose cut. It's a beautiful false cut. So all you're going to do is cut about a third of the cards from the top of the deck, place them over here, another third like this, place them in the middle, and then the final packet is going to go over here on the right. And then you're just going to gather the cards back up again, starting with this pile on top of the middle pile, and then on top of this pile. And that has done absolutely jack. The cards haven't changed position now, and the trick's still going to work. So it's a very nice false cut. So you can do that if you don't know false shuffle, works just as well. Inside a tip, you can actually guide the spectator to do that. You instruct them, hey, cut some cards here, and then have them gather them up. And it's just a really nice thing that you actually get them to do the false cut without them knowing about it. Nice! Now you're going to start the dealing procedure, and all you're going to do is you're going to deal to them first. Okay, so in this round you're going to deal to them first. You can deal face up like this, and then face down to yourself. Face up, face down, face up, face down. And you just keep going like this. And you ask them, hey, if you see your card, just shout stop. Right? So you're just going through the cards like this, and they're going to find that as they go through the cards, they're not going to see their cards. They're not going to see their three of a kind, right? So you get all the way to the end and they have not seen their three of a kind. Okay, so far, so good. Now you're going to do the same again. So for this next round, again, you're going to start dealing to the spectator. So face up, face down, face up, face down, face up, face down, face up, face down, and you keep going like this. Okay. And all the while the suspense is building now, because they're like, hang on a minute, I'm not seeing my cards, this is crazy. And you can remind them they could have cut their cards anywhere they wanted into the deck. They cut the cards themselves. Now on this round, the third round, you're going to start by dealing the cards to yourself first. If you don't do that, the trick won't work, okay? So deal a card to yourself first, and then to the spectator. Right. Okay, that's the only time you do this. You're going to do it 4 times. That's the only time you deal to yourself first. Okay, there. And then finally, you're going to finish off by again dealing to the spectator. Face up, face down, face up, face down, face up, face down. Leaves you with 3 cards. They can look through all of these cards and they can see that their cards aren't in any of these cards. You remind them, you say you shuffle a card, you cut the cards yourselves, but in the end, you are left with the spectator's selected cards. And I think that's just one of the most fooling, beautiful principles in all of Magic.
Now that is an amazing trick, but what if you can make it even stronger?
Well, there is a way. So at the end of the trick, when you've got the 3 cards out, go into the rest of the cards and take the remaining matching card that matches those 3. So you end up with 4 of a kind, and then you go into this trick here. Now, it's a beautiful self-working card trick. It pairs so well with this trick, and it creates a mind-blowing routine. You're gonna have a really solid piece of Magic, and it's one that I do all the time. Thanks so much, guys. I'll see you next week.